Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from amandacrochets.com, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this Trinity stitch. The Trinity stitch has some resemblance to the moss stitch, but it's worked up in a different way. To make this stitch, you will make small clusters of single crochets that are linked together by chains, and the end result, as you can see, is kind of a series of small squares. So you can use this stitch in a variety of different projects. You can use this in scarves or blankets or even dishcloths. The possibilities are really up to you. You can also use this stitch in a different yarn if you so choose. You can use it in a solid color like I did. You can use it in a multicolor, or you can even change up the colors and make it into a striped color. So before we move on to the tutorial, if you like this tutorial, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and please share this video. Alright everyone, let's move on to the tutorial of how to make the Trinity stitch. So for today's tutorial, you're going to need a size H 5mm crochet hook, and you're also going to need some yarn. You can use any yarn for this tutorial that you like, but I'm just going to use some leftover Caron Simply Soft. If you want to change the yarn or your hook size for this tutorial, all you want to do is just look right here on the yarn label, and if you want to use the medium 4 yarn that I'm using today, which again is Caron Simply Soft, I'm using the recommended hook size, which is a US H8 or 5mm crochet hook. If you want to use different yarn, just look on your yarn label and look at the recommended hook size and you would be just fine. So for the Trinity stitch, all you're going to do is make a multiple of 2 plus 1 plus 1 more for the foundation chain. So in order to do the chain, you want to just make a multiple of 2 plus 2 plus 2 into your desired length, and then you want to add 1 more plus 1 more after that. So the purposes of this tutorial, you're going to be making 24 chains. So essentially you just want to make a multiple of 2 plus 2. So you want to make your slip knot first. And then again, for my tutorial for the Trinity stitch, I'm going to be making 24 chains. So to make a chain, you're going to do yarn over your hook and insert your hook through that loop on your hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So now that you have your number of chains, for row 1 you're going to make a single crochet in the second chain from your hook. So to make a single crochet, you're going to count 2 chains from your hook, so the loop on your hook does not count, and you're going to look at the little V's. So this is 1 chain and 2 chains. So you're going to insert your hook into the second chain from your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and that completes your first single crochet. Next, you're going to single crochet 3 together by inserting your hook into the same chain as your previous single crochet, as well as the next 2 chains. So what I mean is you're going to insert your hook right in that same chain, just like this, yarn, and then you're going to do yarn over, pull up a loop. Instead of finishing your single crochet, you're immediately going to go right into that next stitch. So insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. Again, you're going to stop right here, and you're going to immediately go into that next chain and insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now at this point you're going to have 4 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over your hook, and you're going to pull through all 4 loops, and then you're going to chain 1 at the very end. Now that you have this, you're going to do the same thing all the way across your row. So again, in that last chain that you worked, you're going to insert your crochet hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then stop. Then you're going to work into the next chain. So again, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and stop. Insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and then chain 1 to secure. So that is how you do the Trinity stitch. So again, in that last chain, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, immediately go into the next chain. So insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, again go into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 4 loops on your hook, then you're going to yarn over and pull your loop. You're going to pull through all 4 loops and then chain 1 to secure. So you want to do this all the way to the very end, and I will show you how to go on to row 2. Okay, so I'm coming up on the end, and I did my cluster of the 3 single crochets together. Now instead of doing the chain 1, you're going to do 1 more single crochet into that very last chain, just like that, and then you're going to chain 1 and turn. So this is what your work is going to look like for row 1. So this is what the front of your work looks like, and then when you turn your work, this is what the back of the work looks like. So for row 2, you're going to single crochet in the very first stitch. So you're going to skip this chain 1 that's right here, and you're going to work all in that first stitch, which is right here. So you're going to make a single crochet, and then you're going to make a single crochet 3 together, again by inserting your hook into the same place as the previous single crochet and in the top of the next cluster, which is your next 2 single crochets. So you're going to insert your hook right here again, yarn over, pull up a loop. You're going to insert your hook into the very next stitch, just like that, and then finally in the space after that, you can insert your hook again. So again, you should have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and then chain 1. And then you're just going to repeat this all the way down. So again, you're going to insert your hook into that same stitch as before, pull up a loop, next stitch, again, pull up a loop, next stitch, insert your hook, and pull up a loop, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and then chain 1 to secure. So you're going to do this all the way down until you get to the very last stitch, and I will show you how to finish out that row and move on to row 3. Okay, so I'm coming up on the end of my row. So again, you're going to insert your hook into that same stitch as your previous stitch, and then in the next 2 stitches you're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, and you're going to end up with 4 loops on your hook, just like that. And then again, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and instead of making a chain 1 here, you're simply just going to make another single crochet in the very last stitch, and then chain 1 and turn. So this is what your 2 rows are going to look like. So for row 3 and every row after that, all you're going to do is repeat row 2 over and over again, and that is how you make the Trinity stitch. The Trinity stitch might require some practice at first, but I feel the more that you practice, the easier it will become, and it's going to be a useful and fun textured stitch to use in your next crochet project. You can use this stitch in dishcloths, in scarves, blankets, you name it. So I feel like with this stitch, you just want to take your time and understand how to make this stitch before you move on to a bigger project, which is why I always suggest, as definitely for beginners, to use this time to make a small swatch and kind of just figure out what you like. And you can even use multicolored yarn. You can use this in a striping effect. So when you make a swatch, it's always easier to see what you like and don't like with this particular stitch. So definitely recommend using this for a small swatch before you move on to a bigger project. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial on how to make the Trinity stitch. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me, and I hope you have a great day and happy crocheting. Bye!